Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Crown Euro Cars in Pinellas Park, Florida, because guess what? We have the new 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG E53. So let's talk a little bit about Mercedes-Benz history with AMG. Believe it or not, there was once upon a time that AMG and Mercedes-Benz were two separate entities. Today, they are all under the same banner. But AMG was really that organization that took Mercedes-Benz products and they pumped it full with extra performance, both handling-wise and engine performance-wise, and of course braking-wise. Well, now that AMG has come into the Mercedes-Benz fold, they take the different models and really bring that heritage, the tradition, and all that engineering to make this E-Class perform like no other. So let's go ahead, dive right into this 2020 AMG E53. Right off the bat, I love how clean the front of this E53 is. The reason why, there's not a lot of gloss black plastic. Loving the headlight design. I like these two, it's almost like two fingers, two alien fingers of daytime running lamp. Of course, everything is full LED, and if you ever forget, there's actually a badge in there that says multi-beam LED. So if anybody ever asks, you can kind of real quick take a peek and say, oh yeah, they're multi-level beams. As we work our way down, major zonk here. I don't know what's going on with this AMG product. This is all fake. This to me needs to be open, especially the way that there's this side section that's gloss black. It almost feels like a curtain that's just gonna catch everything, like a bag that's just gonna catch the air. So I'm surprised on an AMG product that this is not functional. At least smooth this out, but I get the reason why they did this was to match the grille. Speaking of the grille, as we come across the front, I love the shape. You have this nice brushed aluminum look that extends from that center Mercedes-Benz badge. If you ever wondered, why are these growing? Are they just feeding them? No. Behind this badge is all the radar technology for your adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, all that good stuff. You have your front facing camera, and as we work our way down, see there's that same design, all four corners here where you could get that very similar flat black. So I like the way that they did that. I just wish that these were at least functional air curtains for God's sakes. Now, brushed aluminum on the lower lip spoiler. I wish that this came out just a little bit further. I think it would just give it a little bit extra personality, plus probably give you some downforce as well. That's a great place to pick up downforce to keep the front of the car plan. Now, as we pop up onto the hood, very sharp body lines. You have a nice crease that just kind of peaks up and then just fades away towards the window. And then I really dig what Mercedes-Benz does with their power bulge sections on each portion here. Very, very strong, very defined. And when you're sitting behind that wheel, it gives you a great reference point to let you know how long that hood goes. Now, as we come around the bend, there's that little bit of gloss black, no big deal. And then I'm loving this style wheel. So this is an AMG specific wheel, machine aluminum with gloss black on it. Really love the overall design. If you're wondering, well, what is the size? This is a 20-inch wheel. So 20-inch wheel, you got your 4-piston AMG large calipers. Everything's cross-drilled, fully ventilated. So you're gonna get, that's what I was talking about. Not only is it about performance underneath the hood, which is plenty of that, plenty of horsepower, you'll see, but also braking and suspension-wise. Now, as we go into the fender, you get a tasteful badge. This one actually doesn't look so bad. This is a turbocharged engine. It's got a straight six, 4MATIC. What does that mean? That means that it has all-wheel drive. It's not a 4-speed automatic transmission. They really don't have those anymore. Probably Toyota still has one in a model, but other than that, I like that that badging there. You can see how this lower side still kind of just extends a little bit. And from the side, I think the side profile of this car, I really don't say it very often, but it looks pretty sexy, to be honest with you. Gloss black on the mirrors. We do have a semi-panoramic sunroof. It's like a sunroof and a half. I'm gonna zonk it because you see all this empty space here that's white? I would like to see that blacked out. I think that would give it so much of a cleaner look. Also, another thing that you'll notice, there's no extra pillar here. So that really, it's so slim and trim, and then comes down to a really sharp triangular quarter window. Love the way the fenders are flared out. And when we get to the back, you're gonna see some options. This optional rear trunk lid spoiler, really good look. Full LED lighting, of course, out back. Little bit of silver trim just to kind of tie it all in with the Mercedes badging. You got your AMG, and then I'm happy to say full functional exhaust. Now, this is an optional exhaust. I love the tips. I love the way it's integrated in the rear diffuser. And here's another thing. So up front, we had a little bit of chrome, but we also had, remember that brushed aluminum silver, that flat silver? They brought it to the back as well. With that diffuser, looks amazing, all-wheel drive. Let's go ahead though, pop the hood and see what's powering this E53. All right guys, we got the hood popped on this AMG E53. Right off the bat, there is a large engine cover, but I'm not gonna knock it because it's tasteful. I like the Mercedes-Benz logo. I like some of this design that they brought in, and of course the AMG badge with the red trim. Red means what? Yes, you are right. Red means race, and that kind of makes sense because AMG is all about racing, but obviously I was just joking about the whole red thing. What you're looking at though, underneath that large engine cover is going to be a 3-liter inline-6 turbocharged engine with Mercedes-Benz patented EQ boost. What does that mean? There is power coming off a starter generator that's gonna give you that electric assist. 429 horsepower, 384 pound-feet of torque. It all gets mated through a 9-speed automatic transmission, and you're getting the power to the ground through the Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. This also includes an AMG, this is optional, Sport Sensation air body suspension to help keep you planted and keep you comfortable. 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds, quarter mile at 12.3. Top speed is regulated at 131 miles an hour. And if you're wondering about MPGs, 21 in the city, 28 in the highway. Definitely AMG did a great job with getting extra power out of this E-Class. Why don't we go ahead, fire it up, and see what it sounds like. All right guys, we're in the 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG E53. I know you're probably saying, well Joe, I like the look of this. I like those performance numbers. I'm in the market for something like this. How much is it? MSRP is right around $90,000. This one has some options. Let's see what you get. To the door panels. Now, I like what Mercedes-Benz does with their doors because they keep it simple, but yet so elegant. I really dig the gray contrast stitching. You have that nice wood trim with everything brushed aluminum. All the seat controls are up top instead of on the side of the seat. Easy to get to, ventilated and heated with 3-way memory setting on the seat. So I'm very happy with that setup. You got that same leather material here. The stitch work, it's not contrast, but it looks oh so good. I even like the way they extended the hood area above the infotainment and gauge system to kind of keep the glare to a minimum. This is a 12.3-inch screen. It's not touchscreen though, so if you like touching your screens, you'll have to carry around like an iPad or something to touch it because you're not gonna be able to touch that one. But we'll get through the details of the infotainment in a second. Love the aeronautical design of the AC vents in the Mercedes products. The nice black wood, I really dig it. It looks great, and guess what? No fingerprints or glare. We come down, slim and trim AC controls. We have a nice cover for, open that up. This one has your smoker option with your ashtray. You got USB, wireless charging, cup holder. If you don't want the ashtray, you can take that out and have 2 cup holders. Here's where you're going to be commanding your infotainment system. So you have volume control. This opens up that active exhaust, the AMG exhaust. You shut off that start-stop feature, which is so annoying. Then you have 2 ways of doing it. You could actually slide your finger on the mouse pad, or you could actually twist the knob. So I'm going to go back to home here, and I'm going to show you how you could just scroll through all this information. We go into vehicle, go into dynamic select. Here's where you could select all different ways to configure it. You can bring up your engine data. Look at that. Lots of information, so clear, so crisp. Let me press some of these buttons here and show you when you do the toggle switch how you have Sport, you got Sport Plus. Very easy to see, very easy to get to. I like the way it shows all the inner workings. I'm gonna leave that up because that just looks really cool to me. As we come our way back, look at how they finished off the wood. Nice, clean look. Push the button, you got your Bombay doors, USB, and a padded felt lining in here. So if you have your gold cell phone, you can put it in here. It's not going to get scratched. And then these seats are a thing of beauty, but they also feel amazing. Nice soft leather. I love the stitch work, the design, the pattern. Like I said earlier, heated, ventilated. Perfect amount of bolstering to be comfortable for everyday driving. Good side bolstering. Even the low bolstering is really good, so that's not really gonna be too troublesome. You have that nice, it's like a panoramic sunroof. Well, it is a panoramic sunroof and a half. You got the suede microfiber material, the Alcantara material. Overall, great setup, but why don't you get over the business end before Tom gets hit with a truck? All right, guys, business time, behind the wheel. I love this polished aluminum look. This AMG logo lights up, I promise you it does. You can't see it during the day, but it lights up at night. Here's your key fob. Now, I wish they would do a specific AMG key fob since you are buying a specialty product. So that is gonna be a zonk, but it is a really good looking key fob. Has a nice weight to it. What's really downright sexy is this steering wheel. Love the shape, flat bottom, AMG, brushed aluminum, perforated on the sides. The leather is so soft. It even has the band to let you know where top dead center is on the wheel. Horn button looks great. And then I also really dig the buttons that they have for the thumb control. Now, there's your gauge layout, really clean, really crisp. You could toggle through all sorts of settings here. I mean, it's unbelievable what they're able to do now with technology as I scroll with that middle display, fuel consumption, all those good things. I mean, there's tons of different ways to configure that. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel. That's gonna have you go up and down that 9-speed automatic transmission. It's not a DCT, but we'll see how fast it shifts because we're gonna do a drive, but 6 feet tall, I got plenty of room in here. I feel good. I know you want it, we're gonna do it. Let's do the back seat. All right, guys, I know you want it. I'm gonna do it just for you. I'm gonna get into the back seat of this AMG E53. This piece of plastic that looks like brushed aluminum, you're gonna pull on that, the seat moves forward electrically, and we're gonna climb on in. It is a little bit of a tight fit as you squeeze. But you know what? Once you're in, I'm actually sitting upright. You know, you've seen a lot of my Mustang videos, Camaro videos, we're always like this. You're actually sitting nice and upright. And like I said, I'm 6 feet tall, 2 cup holders. You even have rear AC, plus this little command center with a 12 volt and a USB back here, nicely hidden. And then I know you're gonna want this, so I'm gonna do it. Pull the seat back. It electrically slides back. Please don't hit my legs. It actually stopped before even touching my knees. So would I wanna ride halfway across Florida like this? Probably not, but you know what? Very, very comfortable for a car that just has 2 doors. But why don't we go ahead, check out the trunk and see what kind of room you have. All right, guys, time to peek underneath the trunk cover to see what is in that trunk, what kind of junk can we put in the back. It's electric assist, very fast opening, pretty good amount of space. The opening is nice and wide. Of course, when you look within the confines there, you can see that the seats will fold down. And then what's underneath the cover? I know that's always a thing we want to find out. There is no spare. So what you're going to get is you're going to get some space that you can store some things, but there is no spare on this AMG E53. But let's get to the best part. Enough talking about it sitting here not moving. Let's take this AMG for a spin. All right, guys, we left Crown Eurocars. We're in the 2020 AMG E53. I love this performance exhaust. You hear it so well through the cabin. It really sounds great, especially on the downshifts. Using the paddles behind the steering wheel into this right-hand turn on throttle, shifting. Really smooth, really, really smooth. And remember, this isn't a DCT transmission, so for just being a standard automatic transmission, it does shift very quick. You do have the all-wheel drive to keep you planted. I also like the placement of the heads-up display. That's another thing that obviously you see while you're driving. It tells you the speed limit, your direction, the safety controls, and just a nice setup. And of course, we have the performance data up on that 12.3 inch screen. Really, really nice setup. So clear, so clear. And these seats, very supportive without squishing you, without being too aggressive. And I really love the way they look. They have such a nice stitch pattern to it. Thinking they did a great job with the dash. I can see those 2 power bulges on the hood. From a interior standpoint, there's not really a lot to complain about in here, to be honest with you. It really has such a nice quality feel, and the fit and finish is awesome. And the sound, I mean, with the acceleration, this thing is gonna surprise you how quick it gets up to speed. All right, guys, I want to do a little acceleration. I'm just going to leave it in automatic mode, on throttle, drops down, and we are off. Nice deliberate shifts. Very, very smooth, very capable. I love the feedback coming to the wheel. Feels really good. I have it in dynamic mode. So dynamic, it's going to adjust the suspension settings. It's going to adjust the parameters of the operating of the engine and also the weight to the steering wheel. And it's really spot on. Nice. This first time through, we're going to leave it in automatic mode. Let's see how she does. On the brakes, feels good. Really nice. Look at this. Really, really nice. I personally would like a little bit more bolstering out of the seats, but still holds you in place really, really well. Through this right, left, holds the line really nice. Super smooth. Super smooth. There's a little bit of body roll, and it's surprising me. I would have thought from an AMG product, it would have been totally just flat. I'm feeling just a little bit of roll, but what I do like is the way that the all-wheel drive is set up, the 4MATIC all-wheel drive. It allowed the back end to kind of come out just a little bit to kind of square off the corner, but this thing really holds a line well. Look at this. Very nice. On the brakes, brakes feel great. Good feedback, firm pedal. Let's do another acceleration. This time I'll use the shifters. I'm in first gear, on throttle. Love the pop from the exhaust when you shift. Really nicely done. Really, really nicely done. Nice quick downshifts. Super smooth. Back on the brakes. And then guess what? You stop on a Euro and you're giving people change. There you go. Now let's try it with manual mode through the twisty bits here, on throttle. Nice, tip it in, comes around a little bit, back on throttle. You feel planted, you feel secure, you're getting the power down very nicely. Super smooth, super, super smooth. All right, guys, I want to give you a little acceleration test from a dead stop on the throttle. Shifts are so crisp, so deliberate. Love the pop you get from the back, but this car really holds a line so well, and then when it's time to get on the binders and you're downshifting, feels really, really good. And watch this, I'm gonna stop on a Euro. You ready? There we go, change for everybody. But let's try this one more time through the twisty bits in manual mode. Accelerating, third gear, fourth, on the brakes, downshift, really nice and smooth. Back end comes around just a little bit, feeling good. Nice, watch this. Woo! I would like the suspension to just be a little bit tighter. I feel like there's just, for my taste, there's just a little too much body roll for this car, and it's not giving me the most good feeling to where I know that I'm gonna be all right. And that's the thing is that if it just had a little less body roll, I think that would go a long way. But still, overall, I mean, AMG took a E-Class coupe here and really turned it into a corner carver really, really well. And then when you're just driving around, it's super smooth. You know, that's the great thing. You're still hearing those little pops coming from the back as it shifts. Visibility out the back window's nice. Front windshield is a thing of beauty because they really pulled the A-pillars away. But I feel really, really comfortable in this thing. It's really, really nice. Automatic transmission shifts very well. Nice deliberate shifts, nothing feels mushy. I just wish the suspension was just a little bit more taut. I feel like when I go into the turn, it's not communicating super well what the front end of the car is doing with the rear end of the car, body roll wise. I just wish there was just a little bit more connection there, but great weight from the steering wheel, that's for sure. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of this AMG E53. We're gonna wrap this one up and get back to Crown Euro Cars, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another wonderful time behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz product. I definitely gotta thank Bianca and the rest of the crew here at Crown Euro Cars for giving us access to these AMG products. Hey, it's a nice option to have. Would I personally go out and buy this AMG E53? No, it's really not my cup of tea like my grandmother said, but at the end of the day, it's always nice to have options. And if you're looking for a particular vehicle of this caliber, there's other competition, but definitely come down and take this E53 for a spin. It may surprise you, but if these are the things that you like to see on Rated Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rated Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content on the channel just for you, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rated Rides merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, working the camera. He's loving this Mercedes-Benz, but he'd rather take $90,000 and go get his dream Chevelle ASAP. So let's go get it, Tom. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.